Stanford Stadium suddenly turned into complete chaos because of a single flying kiss from BTS Jungkook to a beautiful woman in the crowd who also blew a kiss back at him, sending tens of thousands of ARMY into non-stop hysterical screams. But in the middle of that incredibly sweet moment, the cameras captured something that became even more viral. Taehyung's expression as he stared directly at Jungkook with a look that seemed disgusted, embarrassed, and completely in disbelief at his partner's behavior in public. Taehyung's reaction, slowly shaking his head while raising an eyebrow, instantly made the entire stadium explode because it looked exactly like a real jealous reaction, accidentally caught on camera. And now one huge question is taking over social media. Was Taehyung genuinely annoyed seeing Jungkook flirt so openly with fans? Or was he simply failing to hide how amused and affectionate he actually felt? Many ARMYs seem to agree that Taehyung looked like someone pretending to be bothered, while secretly enjoying Jungkook's attention the most. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to Vkook. Stanford Stadium instantly turned into a sea of hysterical screams when BTS Jungkook suddenly stopped in the middle of the stage, looked out at the thousands of ARMY filling the stadium, and then sent an incredibly sweet flying kiss toward the crowd that made the entire concert explode within seconds. Deafening cheers shook the entire arena, and many fans were seen jumping while covering their faces in disbelief after receiving such a sweet moment directly from Jungkook. The stadium cameras quickly zoomed in on Jungkook's shy smile after his action successfully made the entire audience lose control. But in the middle of that romantic moment, ARMY's attention suddenly shifted to Taehyung, who was standing not far from Jungkook. Instead of smiling sweetly like the other members, Taehyung gave a reaction that instantly went viral across social media. With a sharp stare mixed with an expression that looked both disgusted and amused, Taehyung lightly shook his head while taking a few steps back as if he could not handle Jungkook being overly flirty with the fans. That spontaneous reaction immediately caused another wave of screams throughout the stadium, because it contrasted so perfectly with Jungkook's sweet behavior just seconds earlier. What made the situation even crazier was the fact that Jungkook realized the camera was focused on Taehyung. Instead of stopping, he burst into laughter and made another small gesture toward the audience, almost as if he was intentionally teasing Taehyung in front of tens of thousands of people. Taehyung was then seen briefly covering his face while laughing shyly before turning away with an expression that instantly made ARMY label it the jealous boyfriend reaction across multiple social media platforms. Within a short time, clips of the moment spread rapidly across TikTok, X, and Instagram, gaining millions of views just hours after the concert ended. Many fans admitted the moment felt like a drama scene unfolding naturally on stage. Some even said Jungkook and Taehyung's chemistry during the Stanford concert felt completely different compared to previous performances. Throughout the night, the two were repeatedly caught exchanging glances, laughing together, and joking around between performances, but Jungkook's flying kiss combined with Taehyung's reaction became the most talked about moment of all. Many ARMYs commented that Taehyung looked like someone pretending to be annoyed, while secretly enjoying Jungkook's attention. Meanwhile, BTS's concert at Stanford once again made history with the stadium packed full of fans from all over the world. The incredible atmosphere combined with the members' natural interactions made many attendees call it one of the most emotional and exciting concerts of the entire 2026 tour. And of course, Jungkook's flying kiss along with Taehyung's viral reaction is guaranteed to remain a hot topic among ARMY for days to come. The moment Jungkook sent that flying kiss toward the main stands, the entire Stanford Stadium seemed to explode uncontrollably. ARMY's screams became so loud that the backing music was nearly drowned out by the hysterical cheers echoing from every direction. Many fans were seen jumping while holding their heads in disbelief, while the giant stadium screens continuously showed Jungkook laughing shyly at the overwhelming reaction. Some audience members filming with their phones could even be seen shaking their cameras because they were panicking and could not believe what had just happened right in front of them. The situation became even more chaotic when Jungkook briefly stopped singing for a few seconds while staring at the massive crowd with a shocked yet adorable expression. He lowered his head slightly while laughing loudly, as if he could not believe that one short flying kiss had turned an entire stadium into total chaos. ARMY's screams only became louder when the stadium camera suddenly switched to Taehyung standing near the side of the stage with an amused but expressionless face. Taehyung's reaction, which looked almost like someone embarrassed by their own partner's behavior, immediately caused the crowd to scream even louder than before. Some fans later admitted they could barely hear the next part of the song because the stadium was completely filled with non-stop screaming for nearly a full minute. The moving spotlights, giant screens continuously showing Jungkook and Taehyung, and the deafening army chants made the concert atmosphere feel like an emotional festival impossible to describe. Many attendees called it one of the wildest crowd reactions during BTS's Stanford concerts in 2026. In the middle of the stadium chaos that still had not calmed down, the close-up cameras once again captured Taehyung's facial expression in detail, making ARMY completely lose focus. Taehyung slowly raised one eyebrow while looking Jungkook up and down with a face that genuinely looked like he was judging his partner's behavior in public. His lips briefly puckered before he lightly shook his head and let out a small sigh, almost as if saying, "Why now of all times?" The reaction felt so natural and spontaneous that many fans insisted Taehyung's expression could not possibly have been fake. A few seconds later, Taehyung glanced back toward Jungkook, who was still laughing proudly after causing the stadium to erupt because of the flying kiss. This time, Taehyung turned his face away while covering a small smile with his hand, though the corners of his lips were still raised as if he was secretly entertained despite pretending to be annoyed. His sharp yet soft gaze immediately caused another explosion of screams in the stadium, especially when Taehyung narrowed his eyes slightly while looking at Jungkook with a mix of embarrassment, affection, and disbelief. The moment that truly sent ARMY into chaos was when Taehyung finally let out a soft laugh while lowering his head after Jungkook teased the audience once again for the second time. Taehyung's slightly damp hair moved gently as he shook his head, creating a dramatic visual that instantly went viral online. Many fans said Taehyung looked like someone trying to maintain a calm image while secretly failing to hide how distracted he was by Jungkook. Close-up fan cams of the moment quickly spread across TikTok and X. Thousands of international comments flooded the videos, ranging from fans calling Taehyung a fake annoyed boyfriend, to others saying his expressions were far too detailed to be considered a coincidence. Some fans even slowed down the videos just to analyze every tiny change in Taehyung's face whenever Jungkook made sweet gestures toward the crowd. After the stadium atmosphere finally calmed down a little, Jungkook somehow made things even crazier by slowly walking toward Taehyung, while still laughing proudly after successfully throwing the entire stadium into chaos. With his signature mischievous expression, Jungkook deliberately moved closer until he was nearly shoulder to shoulder with Taehyung before lightly bumping Taehyung's shoulder with his arm, almost as if he wanted to see another reaction from him. That tiny interaction instantly caused ARMY to scream once again because Taehyung, who had been trying to stay calm, immediately looked at Jungkook with an expression full of disbelief and embarrassment. Jungkook even leaned slightly closer toward Taehyung, while laughing directly in front of his face, almost like he was intentionally teasing him after the viral flying kiss from moments earlier. Taehyung, who had been trying hard to maintain his cold expression, completely failed when the corners of his lips started lifting, and he gently pushed Jungkook's arm while quietly laughing. The interaction felt incredibly natural, making many fans say their chemistry that night was impossible to hide anymore. What made the moment even more explosive was the fact that the stadium cameras kept focusing on the two of them for several full seconds without switching frames. Jungkook continued smiling proudly while slowly stepping backward, yet his eyes never left Taehyung. Meanwhile, Taehyung could only shake his head while slightly lowering it, as though he was already far too used to Jungkook's spontaneous antics on stage. Even some of the other members standing nearby appeared to laugh while watching the interaction. On social media, fans immediately discussed the shoulder bump moment as one of the sweetest interactions of the Stanford concert. Many said Jungkook looked like he was intentionally trying to get Taehyung's attention after giving the flying kiss to the crowd. Others commented that the way Taehyung held back his laughter while pretending to be annoyed made the moment feel even more genuine and impossible to ignore. Within hours, clips of the interaction entered multiple viral compilations and were labeled one of the biggest Taekook moments of the year. And now, ARMY all over the world continues debating the same question. Was Taehyung actually jealous that night? Or was he simply enjoying Jungkook's playful behavior on stage? As more fan cams from different angles continue appearing online, Fans keep noticing even more tiny details that make their chemistry during the Stanford concert impossible to ignore. From lingering eye contact, hidden smiles, and subtle shoulder bumps after the flying kiss, every little moment has become the center of massive social media analysis. Many fans even said the moment felt far too natural to be dismissed as simple fan service. Throughout the concert, Jungkook and Taehyung were repeatedly caught standing close together, laughing with each other, and constantly searching for one another on stage. It is no surprise that the flying kiss clip and Taehyung's reaction have already gained millions of views in such a short amount of time, while continuing to trend internationally among ARMY communities. What do you think? Did Taehyung's expression look more shy, jealous, or secretly entertained by Jungkook's actions? And out of all the Taehyung and Jungkook moments during the Stanford concert, which part caught your attention the most? Share your thoughts in the comments because it looks like ARMY will not stop talking about this viral moment anytime soon. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.